do a rune fight here. Big avalanche crit, but he's gonna get feared off, surrounded by 4, and first blood will be for the Ursa. That's a pretty good one. I think you'd rather have had it on your mid lane, but if this off lane is gonna go as we expect, maybe the Ursa is gonna need it.
I mean, he's queuing up his boots right away, which will be really helpful versus the Razor.
True.
So, much needed for Lynx. Based on the last game, you need these kind of little advantages to get you going.
Yeah, we'll see how this top lane's gonna go. I think the real kind of difference is going to be the level 2 from Kez. Like, the hero does get very strong once he just gets a couple of points. Grappling Claw to start things off. He'll probably pick up the Echo Slash. Again, with the nerf to the Katana, there's not really a point in picking it up as early. You used to just max this thing because it was stupid. But maybe you still do. It's just, you know, not as strong as it was in the earlier levels.
So far, things already better in the mid lane as well. Ember matching the last hits. I think Beastmaster was already picking up a significant lead at this point.
Yeah. Oh, crit.
Courier snipe, though.
Courier snipe. Yeah, that's actually really nice.
Okay, the laning stage, we'll see what happens while we have a moment here. What are your thoughts on this Tango change? Because I know there's been a lot of discussion that this is like a heal meta now coming in, right? It's like, oh, I can't share Tango, so we should pick healers. And I get it. At the same time, I feel you only share, like, at most, 3 Tangos with a core. So the whole issue is solved if your core player would just spend 90 gold on a single set of Tangos. I don't know if it's actually a healing meta. Like, I'm flip-flopping on it a lot, where it's like, is this actually something you really need to address?
It's funny you say that because I agree. It's like the change I think is generally good for the game. They've been slowly nerfing like sharing of resources for years, and the whole shared Tango thing was just getting out of hand. Similar to like when you would just dump salves into an ally, and they're like, all right, well, let's just do it with Tangos now, I guess. And support's job was to buy like 9 Tangos in the lane and just force feed them to your carry, and it's like, that's not a... Like, lanes shouldn't be defined by this, right? You should be forced to actually use your hero. So, bottom lane, Amar. Gonna get a lot of damage here onto the Ursa. I don't think they will get the kill. Well, it's gonna be close still, but not quite. They'll turn it around now for the Warlock. No toss
the
quite
core
yet.
got killed again. No, no. You got caught up in that fight. This is where the first blood helps a lot, right? The Ursa makes it out of there because he has the boots. Otherwise, he would have been killed. You still got a really good trade there, though, and a second courier kill on this Warlock. Fortunately, he got... he has some of the mana regen he needs. I think the items actually did deliver before it got killed, so at least he's got that.
But yeah, back on the heal meta, I don't know. I think there's certain healing supports that were meta before and are just like slightly more meta now as a result, right? Like think heroes like Warlock, we're seeing Pugna still, which, I mean, it doesn't make a difference for him in the lane, of course, but I'm trying to think if there's anyone else I've noticed. Dazzle's kind of coming back a little bit. That'd be about it. Ursa bottom lane. Ooh, from downtown, the full-length auto attack
That's
will
kind
get
of
the
ridiculous.
kill.
That's really far.
As long as they're static linked, he can attack them. And this is kind of how I expected this lane to go. It is 14 last hits at the moment here on the Ursa. 24 and 11 denies on the Razor.
This time, though, that mid lane matchup a lot better, and so as Ember gets close to 6, maybe he can actually come by to help this time. So you just have to keep doing your best to survive down here. And then Ember with some Fatal Bonds amplification, right? That could be a lot of damage to actually help you kill this Razor.
Oh, they will have the damage. Like, Ember Spirit, once he just has level 6 in an urn, can just kill heroes. Because, like, 3 points in the Flame Guard, they have no real good way of removing it. You would need, like, level 3 Avalanche, or, like, level 3 Toss and, like, level 2 Avalanche for that, which, like, Crit's just not going to have. Which they're just going to go ahead and toss the Tiny, or the Tiny just toss the Ursa over, is just going to steal all of his damage here once again. He does have a creep way of taking the tower. He's just going to get the kill, I think. He can't run from this. The pull actually backfiring, giving Amar the time he needs.
Sometimes you do this pull to get the wave under tower early to kill the catapult. And I would say that's fair because you could get a lot of damage in with how that lane's going. But like you said, backfiring on them, now moving into the mid lane. No level 6 on this Ember, so he can't push it that hard.
He's so close on the Ember Spirit. If he has level 6 here, Malrine would definitely be dead.
This is where the denies really add up, right? The 8 denies on Timber, meaning he is level 6 first for this mid rune. You end up with a kill, no trades.
Yep. This is the sad reality of the Ursa. We talked about it in the draft, like Ursa really good on paper versus both Timbersaw and the Kez. But it doesn't matter if your hero doesn't have farm. And that's kind of what we anticipated Falcon's idea here, being like, oh, yeah, we'll just shut down the Ursa so he can't play the game, and we'll just pick for stronger tempo heroes.
He even got the first blood, too.
Yeah.
Just the strength of Falcons. Falcons is just such a good team.
Yeah, do we even want to? I was gonna say, do we even want to see his net worth? Oh god. 1 for 1 on the Wisdom Shrines. No real invades this time. A lot of times it comes down to that 6-minute power rune, deciding whether or not the mid laner can join for the Wisdom Shrine. This time it was an illusion, so that doesn't really help you at all. Mar gets level 6, quickly kills the Warlock.
Warlock's got a lot of strengths, but running away from a Razor, it's not one of them. Can't really do much there. And now that Razor's off to such a good start, you can just leave him alone, play around your Timbersaw if you want. Kez also needs to farm up. He's having a decent time, but this hero usually wants to finish, well, first at least your power treads. But then, yeah, your Deso is often when you really start joining fights.
Yeah, some people will, like, there's 2 builds, basically, on Kez. One is Battle Fury, one is Deso, right? The idea being that, like, if you're going to go the Deso build, you're just looking to do tons of damage early, which seems to be a pretty good strategy. Just outpace the side of Lynx, which bottom lane, Warlock is really getting to the business end here of the Falcons bottom lane. That's a dominating streak now for Amar's Razor, 4-0.
Well, if it wasn't the Warlock, it would have been the Ursa, who was a little lower down in the lane. So someone had to tank that, and you want it to be your position 5. But it does mean more time to hit this bottom safe lane tower. So that will fall pretty soon. Mid tower in a much better shape this game. But Ember has not been able to move around and make the plays we were hoping for. You called out the Spirit Vessel in the draft, and I agree, but you do need kills to get charges on the Spirit Vessel.
Easiest way to get a charge, just die once.
Feels bad.
Alright, another kill on the Warlock.
Any charges here?
He's trying his best here to survive, you know? Really making him work for it, but TP up to the top lane. Ursa looking for Snake King. Hold up. Did he get the charge on Ember Spirit? Did he get it?
Yes.
He did. Alright, we're
just
online,
barely
baby.
in range.
We're online.
I wonder if that was the... They did buff it to go from 1400 to 1500 charge range. I didn't see exactly where he was. Maybe it made a difference there.
going to put Maureen in a pretty rough spot. Does have some long charges. Timber chains up to the high ground. There's going to be an avalanche. A toss back into Snaking, who's level 6 with a freezing field. Oh, no.
If you're having a better game on the Ember, maybe you have the Spirit Vessel already, because he's only like 400 gold off, and he lost some on that death. So, you know, he was probably pretty close. A slightly better game. That Spirit Vessel attempt on the Timber kills him sooner. Doesn't give as much time for those rotations to come over. Unfortunately, that is not the case this time. So the high-level supports on Falcons are able to join. Now, you have killed the Ember. And it's a little better than the first game, but it looks quite similar. A 5k gold lead for Falcons at the 11-minute mark. The kills are not the highest, but you know they are farming very well.
Amar's build is toxic, I'll be honest. This Yule Scepter it's so good this game. Not only does it just stop the Ursa from being able to participate in fights until he has BKB, which is, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes away. But it's also very good at dealing with Stampede targets and an Ember Spirit, because you will have follow-up. So this is a really good pickup. Eligible with the Spirit Vessel completed. They're going to smoke. I can't believe they're getting the Ursa active in this. He is just barely level 7. Oh, he's almost level 7. Okay, maybe. We'll see what they do. We're going to try and connect onto the bottom. Looks like top lane. Going for the dive here onto the Timber Saw. Tomorrow would be a huge kill. Oh, wait. Does he not have Chain Gang? He does. He just barely lost vision?
I'm not sure what happened there, but he did not get the root. I don't know if he used it a little bit too soon. But you kind of needed that. You lost your Centaur top. You brought your Ursa along. Like you said, he could have been farming, but they wanted his strength because they're so behind. Then you don't find anything. Back to the status quo. Falcons free farming, and you just have to barely scrap by. Oh yeah, Skitter's in the game. We haven't even seen him do anything, right? He's just been free up here. I guess he assisted on that Centaur kill. 0-0-1. He's having a great time.
Yep. You know, he'll have a Desolator somewhat soon.
Does he need 600 gold? Yeah, he'll get more involved. I mean, right now, why bother? I'm not gonna get a Deso charge if I get kills. You know? Just gonna keep working on my Deso.
He's got the Dream build. He's 4-1-4, so he's ready. Got tons of damage. Level 2 ult is a pretty big spike as well. But this is pretty much all you need.
Well, the heroes will get away. I don't know if the Golem. Okay. Still alive.
I mean, Amar is just playing on the front line because he has this Yules. He's deceptively tanky. He can always use it defensively if he wants, but it's still a very good item in terms of playing aggressive in this game. 14-minute Power Rune spawns top, so another win there for Mello.
See a ping onto Ursa. They saw him leave the lane through a laning ward they have there, so they know he is down here. Crit gonna scout him out now. It is not as easy to kill an Ursa as the Morphling on the Tiny, so he does need help. A little too obvious if you walk by the creeps.
Avalanche. Can still toss him at any point. They actually did miss the Timber Chain, so I think because of that, Maureen unable to close the gap. They're going to turn around with a Haste Rune. Mello going to try and chase here. Look for Maureen in the trees. Does manage to get him. There's going to be the Stampede. The Stomp to come through. That should be the damage. That is a very big kill there for the Tiny. I'm sorry, for the Ursa. Avalanche, toss. Kez is here doing a lot of work. In comes Stay King with the Frostbite. Will be enough to find the kill, and now Bellany gonna take a lot of damage here from the Kez as he's just waiting for him on the high ground. And just like last game, instant Deso charges for Skitter.
Get the Timber Saw, which is new. Malrine didn't even die the last game, but you can feel the desperation where after the Timber Saw, they're like, we need more. We need to get whatever we can from this, but you push it too far. Falcons has already brought the other heroes who had all their abilities and a lot of farm. Deso stacks into a ton of money immediately into this BKB. Already got 1,500 gold towards it.
Avalanche,
seen this before.
Back. Yeah, Stomp does come through. He's taking a lot of damage here from the Fatal Bonds, but they're so far ahead. Looking to maybe apply more pressure, but Falcons will respect the rotation from the rest of the team. Will they? Blink, Stomp onto the Timber, Snake nearby, does have a freezing field. Oh, he actually doesn't even have a mana quite yet. There it is. Toss back in will help finish off the Ursa. It is a 1-for-1. Question is, can they get anything else? Mello should be okay, has one remnant in a moment. The Yules. Nice Stomp, comes in. Does he have the damage? Oh, the heals! No way, Amar is gonna get bailed out. Who gave him that Lotus?
I missed who it was, but
had to be Crystal Maiden.
It may not even be done.
Yules to dodge the Golem. Wheel of Wonder out on the backside, but Skitter just continuing to look from one hero to the next. Another Avalanche comes through and another kill. It's always a cost, man. They get one kill and then you can't stick around any longer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good Fatal Bonds and Golem drop, but you just don't have any follow-up damage for how far behind you are. It was such a deep dive considering all the tier 1s are still up, man. Or at least the ones in the relevant area, top and mid, still available.
Dude, Bellany's. Oh, gets the Raven's Veil off. Nice attempt. Can he survive this? If he gets a parry, maybe, but jumps away for now. He does. Grappling Claw, quite nice.
3 hero
If you had Wheel of Wonder there, you definitely get the kill, but still on cooldown from the last fight.
Radiant are scanning.
This time you don't have the same tempo heroes on Falcons. Like last time we had the Beastmaster already being able to do Roche, force objectives a little faster. You do have the Deso on the Kez now, but the other heroes are not as great at these fast objectives, so
that's true.
It's a little slower. Still feels pretty dominating for Falcons, 12,000 gold. But you've at least been able to find some core kills this time around. Ursa matchup into Kez is still okay. I don't know what to do about the Razor, but one step at a time.
Yeah, I think my biggest concern is that at every point in this game, this Razor should be the strongest hero forever. Like, I don't think there's going to be a point where like someone will be able to outscale this Razor.
Yeah, you kind of need to make use, and I don't know when they're gonna get it, but especially as he's being killed. But when that Ursa, if that Ursa ever makes it to the Shard, maybe that's one way you can deal with the Razor, which is you go for these really quick plays. You try to use the chains and the stampede to just keep the Razor out of the fight long enough that you delete one hero, run away. You know, delete another hero, run away. I think you have to do that because, like you said, if you do get this Razor into the fight and he's on your Ursa, you're just not getting away from that.
Well, There's your raise right there. He is going to get caught here from the wheel, and that will prevent him from surviving for now. Does still have the heal scepter if he wants to use it, but the freezing field doing so much work, and with the Razor still alive, the rest of the team collapsing. And that is going to be 4 heroes dead.
I forgot that was even the voice line.
That line is so weird. I don't understand that one.
Funny. I mean, he definitely drank their milkshake right there.
Yeah. What flavor?
Ooh, good question. Strawberry, I imagine. Bears love strawberry, I'm sure. Yeah, this isn't even the tankiest build you can go for on the Razor, but you're just you're just so ahead, and since a lot of damage does come from abilities that can be dispelled, it is pretty tanky this game. They got close to killing him. Just, you know, if the game was a bit closer than a 20k gold lead at 20 minutes, you actually would have killed the Razor. But in this case, 4 heroes, not enough. Now they're going to try to steal your Wisdom Shrine, drink your Wisdom Shrine milkshake.
Life real quick. Hold on.
What flavor is Ember? I think he's probably like an orange citrus kind of flavor.
You think so? Okay, alright. I was thinking it's more of like a bourbon type flavor, but
Maybe. Warlock? I think Warlock could be the bourbon flavor.
Did you watch the latest Tales of the Lore Keeper, by the way?
I'm gonna
Good
say
time to
yes.
pause. Thanks, guys. Of course, I did. Great episode, as always. It was about Razor. That's why I was wondering. It's a very interesting, kind of a great little dive into this hero's origins. It's good stuff. Jesus, Amar, chill, brother. These people have families.
Packet lost, but hope not. I respect it from Team Lynx, you know, giving their best go. Amar getting his trash talk on. He's got the time, to be fair. I feel like usually when the games are closer and he's locked in, he doesn't get the trash talk as much.
Wow. Double BKB's now done. You're almost to the negatives of your Malrine, which is, you know, borderline of BKB for this type of hero. Malrine actually goes in here knowing he's so tanky.
Is 4 versus 1 versus Malrine, and they're running away.
He's calling their bluff. Like,
them.
He's straight bluffing. He's like, I swear, my team's right behind me. Like, oh no. Melody in some trouble here. Gets scouted out. There's no more trees for him to hide in.
You might know he's bluffing if you had more wards on the map, but you know, you've been stuck in your base, you only have defensive vision, so you really weren't sure where the rest of the team was.
Oh, they should have seen the Centaur going north, but
I think he'll...
They're gonna find him eventually. They do scan it. Okay, maybe not. Maybe he'll be safe here.
Sneaking by. Well, this is what you need to do. Clearly can't directly fight Falcons, so you have to drag this game out, cut the waves, buy time till, I'm not sure, 40, 50 minutes. Maybe that Ursa matchup into the Kez will come back.
Lamar.
Run.
Okay, well, he actually manages to get out on the Ursa as his Blink Dagger just jumps immediately into the trees to TP home. Looking for Mellow, but they don't have the cash. The Ember is going to be plenty fast to escape here. That being said, they're just going to turn their attention to the tier 2 tower here in a moment.
I think you have time. If you bring Razor in, you can do this tier 2 and then go for Roche before it moves. Unless Lynx really wants to fight this. I think if you fight this, you would delay the Roche, but you'd probably lose the fight. Going back to being 22,000 down. Crit, looking to pass the Ember Spirit any moment here.
Nope, he did it.
Snake King not far behind. Usually you see like one support doing, like it's a Chen, you know, who's like way ahead of the other support. And then he can pass the core, but the other support's stuck at the bottom. This time, Snake King not even that far behind on the Crystal Maiden.
They got 30 seconds to do the Roshan here. With an amplified damage for Skitter, it's going to be no problem at all.
Let's just throw everything. Why not?
Yeah. Give Guardian Greaves on this Crystal Maiden. Kind of insane.
Speaking of deceptively tanky heroes, Crystal Maiden with the health talent, the Glacial Guard. Still get armor for yourself for when you get the barrier too. Guardian Greaves, double blood grenade. Why not?
Oh, Warlock. Oh, poor Warlock.
It's gonna take a while.
And Crit's just gonna...
He's not even using his abilities. Oh, I thought he was just gonna tease him forever.
He had to get him in range to one-shot him, right? Otherwise, he just Lotus and TPs.
I thought it was gonna be the power play, just slowly punch him to death. All the buildings are slowly being chipped down. You don't have the heroes to do it as safely as last time. You know, Klink's Deso just attacking for free. Falcons being a little bit more cautious, but...
How cautious now that Amar has a BKB? Oh, Ursa has a BKB. Oh, okay, there was a Warlock there. Do they continue to chase? It looks like they're going to try and force the objective. Big
pretty good
combo.
combo.
3, great wheel as well. Hold on. The dream turnaround isn't going to be there, Skitter. No! He lives. They're going to buy back here on the Ember, trying to get to the fight, but they just get caught from a frostbite as Snake King joins his team. Oh, man, it looks so good. If you weren't 20,000 gold behind, that would have been so sick. It was still pretty sick, but I think Skitter's going to go in. Oh, good Yules.
I was hoping to see that Wombo combo pay off. You know, you hang on this long, you're praying for a chance. That combo looked really good. I guess you got 2 kills out of that, right? You got this Razor, who is the top net worth hero. You got Ty. Look, you gained gold. That was a dieback, and they gained gold. Maybe it's still worth it.
Silence onto the Ursa. Gonna get thrown in the box, but Raven's Veil is gonna allow him to chase for some other heroes. Ursa cannot play the game. There's the Enrage. Stomp to follow. Kez is dead, but still has the Aegis. In comes Malrine. They really want to bring down the Ursa with the Avalanche. They will be able to. 60 seconds without the Ursa is going to make it very difficult to protect these other lanes, and you're, I don't know, man.
Yeah, the lines are being drawn from Bellany. It's like, yeah, we lost that fight. They're going to push bottom, shove out the other lanes. But Falcons, they'd rather kill heroes. Also reading this move, looking up top, but actually maybe Crit's gone a little too soon.
No. Yes, Mystic and Lotus. He might live. Crit's gonna walk away. They do get a nice fatal bonds on top of him, but the barriers. Okay, they actually need to stop taking damage. Crit might die here.
Guys, I'm still linked.
No, he's fine.
That is regen rune mid if he wants to go grab that. Go down here, trying to creep cut, trying to shove waves. It is what you need to do in these types of situations. And I know we keep saying it, but if the game was a little closer, right? There are so many moments Lynx is like barely not killing Falcons, and it's happened way in the past from the laning stage up till now, and that's why the laning stage is so important, right? It gets you off the start you need, start building these leads, and you can get away with more and more as you build the gold lead. 30k, the 1k per minute, typical death sentence in Dota.
Last outer tower goes down. I mean, with Skitter having this butterfly, I think he can pretty much stand his ground. Oh, he was trying to toss the Tiny, but he just gets the Centaur instead, and that's a huge part of your team fight now removed. The Ursa gonna get put in the box. BK beat up with the Razor, just chasing him all the way down to the fountain. Nowhere to go. The GG comes out, and just like that, it will be a clean 2-0 here or the Falcons as your fountain, not even a safe territory.